Okay, everyone. So I recently got a Nintendo eShop gift card, and since Frontiers Definitive Edition was not in stores for some reason, we are gonna get it online. So here it is, Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition. Oh boy. Apparently, in search of the missing chaos. Right. Apparently, upgraded version. So we're about to see if this is really worth it. Continue. Alright, we gotta make sure. Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition and confirm. This was. And. I don't know why it does it separately, but like, alright. Well, there it is. Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition is officially ordered. Oh boy, I can't wait to see this game. This was gonna be a waste of my money, isn't it?
Did you just not run out of range? Like, did you just not?
What? No! No! My homing! What the hell? My homing attack! My homing attack!
Where do you go? Wait, where do you go?
What? What the fuck? What? What the? When the platform was literally going up the box! What do you mean? It was going up the box! I don't know. How am I supposed to explain that? They really just did not care about. It's clipping through the block.
So what makes it definitive is that it just doesn't make sense.
No, stop! You stupid game! You said upgrade graphics, and you charged me $50 for this bullshit. I'm sorry, man.
Sonic.
When the game is barely fixed. I hear World's Most Valuable.
Maybe you just need the.
What? What? No! No, 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 no! Do you see this? Do you see the game design?
That might be.
Do you see?
That is racist. Hold on. I'm trying to figure.
I'm gonna crash out.
2.5 years.
What is
The
this?
definitive
They charged
edition.
$50. I'm done.
For this BS.
Are you evil?
Okay.
Tails said the same thing. It's the best kept secret in all of video gaming. Best kept secret in all of video gaming.
Well, it's out. Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition, or just Sonic Frontiers Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, came out. Even before it was even announced. Yeah, this game has gone through some leaks for like a past month or so, and it's all been leading up to this, with everyone asking the simple question: did this game do the justice of making Frontiers better on Switch? No, it didn't. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. While it did fix some crucial things like the graphics with the Switch 1, there's still some things I would like to talk about, because as a whole, this was very unnecessary, at least as a re-release of the game. Let's start with the base game. So, Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition actually does include the DLC, which I would be surprised if it didn't. But, to just start off with the base game, this is where actually most of my positives come with. As many other people like SF Productions has said, the game actually kind of improved the pop-in and the resolution a bit. Well, it's still stuck, depending on the quality and performance mode, but it's still been improved. Even during my playthrough when I was live streaming, I noticed that the pop-in was just a bit better, not as bit of a problem, which is something I can give a huge plus for. Plus, the game controlled pretty fine on Switch 1 as a whole, so playing on Switch 2 was honestly pretty good. So the fact that, the pop-in was a bigger issue is honestly a redeeming quality as to why people would prefer this. But also, graphically with the game, it kind of does just look the same as it did in Switch 1, which is, in my opinion, kind of disappointing. I felt there was so much more they could have done with it. Like, maybe give it a little bit more of a touch to make it stand out just a bit more. Like, my friend did put like a filter on it during the trailers to make it look better, and it kind of does. I'm gonna be completely honest. It might be debatable to some people, but yeah, overall, the base game is actually kind of improved, at least with the pop-in, which was the biggest issue, which shouldn't be an issue, but, well, the real main issue I have with Definitive Edition is the DLC. Specifically, the Final Horizon. Now, if you know me, well, probably not, I love the Final Horizon. This is my favorite part of Frontiers, hands down. It has the best challenges, I think all the characters are fun, and the final boss was greatly improved from how it was in the base game. So yeah, Final Horizon is such a love for me. But did they nailed it in Switch 2? Starting off with all the characters, they pretty much control the exact same as they did in earlier versions, which is more or less to be expected. But the graphics are pretty much the exact same as they were on Switch 1, at least from what I've seen. It's really like they only really cared about making the base game as good as it is, which, okay, I understand, but like when you're including the DLC, which is, still a main part of the game, you really should do some attention to it, especially since you did more attention to it when it was just a free update. But pretty much, I don't have a problem with how the characters control or anything, because no, that's not been an issue for my entire playthrough. The pop-in has been, the same as it was on Switch 1. Pretty bad, honestly. But not as bad to hurt at my playthrough in general, but could be a lot better. But the real issue comes with the final tower. During the Final Horizon, Sonic has to climb through 5 different towers to access the 5 trials. And I'm pretty sure you already know how that goes, but from my experience, the trials, the towers, were not that hard. Well, mainly 4 was a bit difficult, but that was just mainly a skill issue on my part. But when it comes to 5, I have no idea what was going on during the development, or at least like the thinking time with this, but for some odd reason, they decided to add extra platforms to this tower that weren't even in the base Final Horizon when it came out. Like, after you get done with the first speed section, there's this random floating block that occurs, and which has never been appeared throughout the entirety of the base Frontiers. And then there's just a random platform on the next one that just comes up right above, and it makes no damn sense to me. And even later on, you'll see them 2 other platforms appear under 2 blocks. It makes no sense of how they just decide to add some useless platforming that you didn't even need to go on because it would just screw you over. It's like they handily made Final Horizon worse in the Switch 2 edition of the game that was supposed to improve on the previous version. I know, like, during the intro, I kind of, like, rant about this, and during the live stream, too, but I really need to say my piece, because, like, Final Horizon is a really, really fun DLC, in my opinion, and the fact that they just did this, it just kind of gives me the feeling that they just did not care. So, what's my opinion on this? In all honesty, this should have just been one free update for the Switch 1 edition. Like, you can't tell me that they just couldn't do that, right? Like, make a whole separate, update, or just, like, patch or something to improve the graphics. Like, just a bit, right? And the pop-in too. Like, you did everything right with the base game in terms of that, because it really does seem to get better. But you somehow made Final Horizon worse, and that just deeply kind of pissed me off in some way. I knew from the start when this got leaked that I knew this was just nothing more than a just simple Switch 2 edition of the game. That was obvious. But just everything surrounding it kind of just made this even worse than I could have imagined. which is honestly something I gotta give it props for doing. Like that's a standard that I didn't know it could be achieved, but it did. And I'm just really hoping that the next time something like this happens, I don't know, man. Long story short, do not buy this. If you have the Switch 1 edition, just play that instead, and you're good. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.